Hello everyone, welcome to today's live tour. I'm here in Oman again, but this time I'm in Muscat, and I'm gonna just to take you to explore the National Museum of Oman here. So now I'm standing just in front of a gate. It's actually the gate of Muscat. So we can just tell from this wooden gate, it showcases a lot of history, a lot of cultural heritage, and it has a rich history the Omani people are just proud of. So that is actually the topic of today's live stream. So we're gonna just introduce you some of the rich cultural heritage, the historical stories Oman have, and also we'll just explore some of the fun facts about Oman, about all of these things in Omani history. So let's just kick off today's live stream. And before we start tour around, I would just recommend you to follow us on CGTN's official website, and you can also share this link with your friends and families to allow them to join us to explore this charming country. And also we are doing this live tour on our Facebook, our X, and also YouTube channel. So you can just follow us and you can just play back to the part you are interested in. So let's kick off today's tour here. So here actually I'm at the Omani National Museum, and it's actually, you can tell from this hall, it's actually I'm at the main hall at the entrance. So upon entering this giant hall, we can see there's a lot of charming things. Not only the exhibits, but also the decorations, the architectures. There has a lot of elements of Omani traditional cultures. So as we just dive into the culture today, I will just show you some of the fun exhibits today. So let's just go. So here we can see there's some traditional costumes the Omani ladies wear in the history, and there's a lot of very delicate jewelries made of silver, and also there's some beautiful dresses, beautiful wardrobes they wear. And also here we can see there's some it looks like weapon, but actually it's not. It's a very traditional dagger that the Omani men wear. So later I will just show you some closer look at all of this interesting exhibits. And at my left hand here, we just have a very general look of the clothes here, and at my left hand here, we can see there's a lot of Arabic styles exhibits, and it actually showcases the real life of how Omani people enjoy their life. So Omani people, they just enjoy their life, and they have a very good will to have a happy life, so they just create a lot of things here. And before, maybe those like vessels or plate or coffee pot are only used for life, for living. But gradually, they just put a lot of creativity inside, and they just turn to art. So we can see from these exhibits, they're just very delicate and showcase the different aspects in people's life here. So as we just continue our tour here, I find a very interesting exhibit here. So here, you can see, this is actually a box. So what does this large box use for? Maybe we can just let our cameraman to take a closer look at it. So it is actually a lockable wooden chest fitted with drawers. You can see at the lower part of this box, there's a lot of drawers, like 4 drawers. But actually, the drawers are not all. There's also one secret drawer inside this box. So actually, this is used as a safe box for a Omani household, and can just to contain some very treasurable things like the jewelry, expensive coins, clothes. So every important thing, you can just to put it inside this box, and it can just safeguard all of your treasures. So this is a very interesting thing. And let's just continue. So here we can just you can just look up. Here, there is actually the head of a boat. So, and it's actually just tell us the theme of the tour we're gonna have in the next gallery. So actually, Oman has a rich history of maritime, and it's played a very crucial role in the maritime routes in the history. So we're gonna have a very surf tour here to explore its rich history in maritime industry, and also the boat making industry that Omani people just proud of. So here we just follow. Maybe there's a lot of tourists here, so we can just follow them to enter into this gallery and to take a closer look. So here, Well, I believe you have already noticed there is a giant boat here. So actually, this boat is called the Badan Sayed. I hope I pronounced it correctly. So this is actually the Badan Sayed is a simple yet elegant craft. So fishermen just used this boat to fish along the coast. Actually, it has a very long history, like 1,000 years ago, and it's a popular craft in Muscat. And its most distinctive feature is that it is a sworn representation of a specifically Omanian type of vessel. So we can see it has a sailing and the wooden boat. It showcases a very high quality that Oman features in the boat making industry. And if we just look around, we can see there's a lot of things related to maritime, related to fishery, related to sailing. So as we all know, a very famous story about a Sinbad. Actually, the Sinbad is draw the inspiration from a Omani sailor. So we can just explore the rich history of this. And here, particularly, I would like to introduce one exhibit to you here. So here we see this actually called the module. This is actually the module of Sohar. So this ship Sohar was built in Sur and named after the historical Omani seaport in 1980. So back to then, actually this boat, the real boat, just sailed from Oman to China to retracing the routes of early Islamic seafarers who had established what was at the time the longest sea trading route in the world. So actually this is not only a boat, but it demonstrated a friendship that China and Oman has in the history, like the 1,000 years of friendship in the history. So this is actually the Sohar. So, and the real boat now is actually also showcased in Muscat in a roundabout. So if you have a chance to visit Muscat, you can just to visit the real boat and to visit this module here. And also, if you're in the southern part of China, in Guangzhou, the capital city of the Guangdong province, you will see a monument there. It's also a monument to mark this friendship, to mark Suhar, the sailing of this boat there. So it is kind of a symbol of the friendship between these two countries. Okay, so let's just tour. We just continue our tour here, and we can see there are a lot of different modules of boats here. And as we can see, all of these boats are very traditional. They have sailings, they're made of wood, but it has very good quality and has showcased their high skills, that the capabilities of Omani people have in boat making. And now there's a very different sectors we can tell from this. It's actually the modern part in Oman that to showcase the current ability that it has in the boat making history and in the trade with the other countries in the world. So let's just pay attention to this one. This actually, the Omani vessels is used for the crude, for the oil vessels. So it's actually a crude carriers. We can see from the wooden part to this modern part, the Omani people, they have just developed itself to the modernization and to the prosperity. So they just preserve their history, their culture, and also they just develop it. They just want to pursue a happy life in the modern way. So we can see their efforts here. It's actually a showcase of their efforts towards the modernization. Okay, so let's just continue our tour. And for those who just joined in, I'm actually here at the National Museum of Oman in Muscat, as we have done a similar tour in Salalah, the coastal city in Oman, as we just introduced a lot about the frankincense, about the landscape there. And here today, we're gonna have a cultural tour to explore the rich cultural heritage of Oman. And also we can see there's a lot of exhibits, so we're gonna find our way to the upper floor, and there will be a lot of other interesting things for you to explore. So let's just go this way. So actually the National Museum just features more than 7,000 exhibits it is just showcasing the past, the present, and also the future of Oman. And it's just play a very important role in just promoting its culture and to promoting its history, like to people to educate it and also to showcase to the global tourists. So as I just toured here, I just encountered a group from China. So there are actually a lot of tourists from around the globe to visit here to have a closer look with culture in Oman. So let's just move on to find something interesting. And here, we're gonna take the stairs and to join this timeline gallery. So actually, this timeline gallery is a bit different from the other museum. So in the museum, we can see there's a lot of timeline things, as is from the very ancient part to the modern. But actually here, it's from the modern part to the history. So according to the museum staff, they told me that they want people to just remember their history, though they are proud of what they have now, but also they want people to remember its history, to preserve its rich culture, and to just know more about their own identity. So let's just go and to find something with Omani elements. And here along these stairs, we can see there's many exhibits here, and they are part of the more than 7,000 exhibits here. And here is a particular thing I would like to introduce. It's actually a dagger, the Omani dagger called harja. It's made of silver and glated silver. And sometimes it's made of copper, so it's actually a symbol of Oman. You can just find it on the national emblem. And also on some ceremonial occasion, Omani male just wear it here is to showcase its identity, and it's also a symbol of honor, strength, courage, and their self-identity as Omani. So you can see this is a very delicate dagger here. And in the past, actually, it used to protect themselves, but now it's only a symbol of culture, of history. Okay, so let's just continue. And actually in Oman National Museum, there's a world's largest dagger, the Omani dagger here, to celebrate the 40th anniversary of its students' reign. And if you have chance, you can just visit here and to find it yourself, to see this grand dagger. But today, due to some limited time, I can't show them all to you. So if you have time, you can just visit Oman and visit this museum. But if you cannot come to Oman right now, but you would like to know more about its history, about its culture, you can open its official website. Actually, it just provides services in Chinese and Arabic and English. So for tourists around the globe, you can just experience all of these architects yourself. Voila, here I can see this is a prehistory. So actually this is the end of this timeline gallery. So for those hooks, for those tools from the prehistory period, we can see Oman just features the long, long history. Okay, so let's just continue. Okay, so here's the long corridors. We can see this is a very giant museum, and it just features more than 7,000 exhibits here. And also it just provides like 33 immersive interactions for tourism to have interactive with. And here along this route, we can see there are some exhibits here. I will just show you some. Like this, it's actually all of this exhibits as a national gift to Oman. So the student just present here to show them to the public and to show the friendship Oman has with other countries in the world. So I'm gonna show you something very interesting. And here we can see there's a jewelry box here. It's from other countries as a national gift to Oman people. And here, there's a very giant jar here. Can you see it? It's a very giant jar. And it is actually called the martaban style pear-shaped jar. Where does it from? It's actually from China. So this jar represented by Chinese emperor in history, Guangxu emperor in Qing dynasty, to the Sudan then like 100 years ago. So actually this showcases the long-term friendship that China has with Oman in the history. And this is not the only one exhibits related to China. Actually, in this museum, they have a very rich exhibits to tell these stories and the history, and I'm gonna show you now. So here, you can see, we can have a general picture of all of this section. It is all about the history that China has a very good friendship with Oman. And actually along the ancient maritime Silk Road, Oman played as a very important role along the Silk Road and play as a trade hub. So here we can find there's a lot of porcelains, the vessels, the plates, which were used as commodities along this trade and also as a national gift to the Oman in the history. So from this very beginning, actually this ceramic fragments could date back to Tang Dynasty, so like 1500 years ago. You can see there's very Chinese style. So along this way, we can find some porcelains from Song Dynasty, from Qing Dynasty. So all along the history, we can find some proof that China has very good relations with Oman in the history and have a very prosperous trade relations. And here we can find a very interesting one. I believe some of the Chinese audience may be familiar with. Here, there are two jars with Chinese characters called Xi. Actually, Xi is a symbol in China, means double happiness. And it is a special characters only used for weddings. So actually it just provide a very good wishes to the newlywed couples to just wish them have a happy life in the future. So though there's no introduction here about these two jars used, but in my guess, I guess maybe these two jars are used for some gifts for some wedding occasions. Yes, apart from Xi, this Chinese character, we can also find another Chinese character here on the plate. Maybe you can just zoom in to have a closer look. It is actually Fu. So Fu, it's a very good words in China. It means happiness. So during the Spring Festival, every family will just hang a calligraphy written Fu in front of their door to represent their good will, to represent their good wish for their happy life. So here on the plate, we can find this character Fu means happiness. So I believe that Chinese businessmen or Chinese traders, they would like to also extend their good wishes to local Omani people here. So you can see there's a lot of different types of porcelains here. Maybe some are just fragment, maybe some just archaeological findings from the sinking boats, but there are some very well preserved ones. It's just Qing Dynasty, so it's just close to the modern society, so it's well preserved and can see a lot of Chinese style symbols, Chinese style paintings on it. Okay, so if you just tune into our live tour, I'm here in Muscat, the National Museum of Oman, as you just invite you to join me to have a cultural tour to dive into the rich heritage of this magical country. And I hope that you just enjoy this tour with me. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave it in the chat box below. And if you would like to have a more in-depth exploration about this museum, Museum about Oman, you can just open the official website of National Museum of Oman. It provides services like a very immersive experience for you to tour around. And it provides service in both Arabic, English, and also Chinese. So for those who are interested in this, you can just try and explore yourself. And let's continue our live tour. So here we can see there's so many exhibits here. It's actually the jewelries, and it showcases traditional Omani trade with other countries in the history. So we can tell from their different styles. There's a lot of silver decorations. It's Hungarian, Austrian coins here, and also we can find some necklace. We can find some connections, Oman's connection with Africa, with India in the history, and actually it's a fusion of different cultures and civilizations. So, yeah, so we can just go and find some interesting part. And it's actually this section, this gallery is all about its prehistory things. So we can find some ancient boat here. It's this also a module of this boat. So actually, Oman has a very good skills in boat making, and from the very beginning of the history and to the modern society. And here, this actually the immersive interaction. It just provides a lot of screens here. It features 33 of such interactions here, and it provides bilingual, not only Arabic but also English here. So you can just touch the screen and find the things that you are interested in, and there are some interesting like games, so you can just have a very immersive experience with all of the screens and to know more about those exhibits, about the history. So actually there are some stamps too, and you have different ships and here, and you can just explore it yourself. So let's just continue. We have seen this is also a very important section in Oman society. It is called the land of frankincense. I believe some of our audience have just watched my live tour in Salalah, like in August. We just explored the Museum of the Frankincense land, that we just wanted to have more knowledge about frankincense, about these very important things in Oman history. And here you can see there's actually also a gallery to tell the knowledge, to tell the information about the frankincense in Oman. So actually Dhofar, the southern part of Oman, the Dhofar province just play a very important role in producing frankincense and also its trade. So here we can see there's a lot of things related to frankincense. And first of all, I would like to introduce this one to you. So maybe we can just have a closer look. This is actually a certificate from UNESCO. So the land of frankincense, this title has been enlisted by UNESCO, and it has a very important national park to preserve all of these frankincense trees and to give them to give people a very good education about the frankincense knowledge, about its history, about the production of it. So actually this is a very important thing in Oman's modern history. And now here you can see there's some burner. So frankincense is also called luban, so it also can be called as luban burner. So people just use this burner to burn the frankincense. So frankincense is actually the production from trees. So you can see from the previous live tours, so the workers, they just cut the stem of the tree, and all of those stuff will just go out of sight from the tree stems. And because it grows on agri land, it's very dry, so in the winter season, those solid things will just tend to very treasure, that we can call it the liquor golden, as the frankincense. And in Arabic culture, people believe that frankincense can be a very useful products to prevent them from disease, to use it as a way to for the medical purpose. And now it's also actually a way to show their hospitality. So if you are a very distinguished guest to visit Arabic household, they will just burn the frankincense to welcome you, and you can just smell it to show you just receive their hospitality in this way. And here, oh, I find it's very interesting things. So actually they have this tiny little installation. So I can just press the button and discover the smell of frankincense. So I just smell a bit. Maybe you cannot smell it as I did, but it's very refreshment for the Arabic family to use to burn those frankincense. And here we can just see there's a picture of frankincense trees here. So actually, the frankincense plays a very important role in the ancient maritime Silk Road, and this is actually the tree where the frankincense was produced from. So usually the workers will cut the stems here, and they will find this like tiny little things that are actually the frankincense. You can see this is actually the frankincense things, and all of this just go out from these stems, and after like 2 weeks, they cut first, and after 2 weeks, all of this frankincense will become the real products, and they can just collect it from the trees and to transfer it to souks, and it can be sales, can be along the trade routes to just transfer to other countries. That's a very important commodities along the ancient maritime Silk Road. So here we can see now from the traditional frankincense, and now it has a very modern one. They have a very famous perfumes here. So they believe that this frankincense will just bring the happiness, bring the tranquility to people. And as we have talked a lot about the rich history, about the culture of Oman, and we are doing a live tour here in the National Museum of Oman, we have to say goodbye at this point. I believe you must be very interested in the history of Oman like I do. So if you want to explore more, you can just visit the official website and to join the online immersive interaction with them to just have a visual tour here. And if you have chance to visit Oman, I strongly recommend you just to visit a lot of different places, not only the coastal area, but also the National Museum, to also the souks, the frankincense souks, or just try to some local cuisine here in some Omani restaurant. So here I believe they can just experience a lot and to experience the charms of this ancient country. It is actually a fusion of modernity and tradition. And here is actually the module of a boat which symbolizes the voyage conducted by Chinese sailor Zheng He. So actually Zheng He conducted 7 voyages years ago, and it's actually reached Oman in the history. So that's why Oman just play a very crucial role in the ancient trade routes, and it has a long-term friendship with China. So actually in Salalah, at the coastal area on the beach, there is a newly built monument to mark Zheng He's 7 voyages and its connection, its interaction with Omani people. So here, that's why I just put it as the ending part of our today's live tour. So today's live tour is not only about to help you to explore, to go sightseeing, to visit all of this interesting part, but I would like also to show you the long-term relationship between China and Oman. So in the past, China and Oman has a long friendship along the ancient Silk Road, and now Oman also play a very active role and very supportive role in the Belt and Road Initiative. So I believe this kind of friendship will just maintained and will just be very bright in the future through this cooperation. And I hope if you have a chance, just visit Oman and join us to just explore this charming land. So much for today's live tour, and you can just follow us on our official website, and also we do this live on our social media accounts, including our YouTube channel, our Facebook, and our X. So if you have any questions, you have any feedbacks, you can just leave it in the chat box below. And if you have any places that would want me to help you you to see, to explore, you can also leave it in the comment section. So much for today. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you have enjoyed today's journey. Thank you very much. See you next time.